Hello everybody and welcome to Jet TV. This is part 14 of my Kroq Gar campaign. As you can see, it is going quite well. I have taken most of the Southlands. I have actually looked up and worked out what it's called now, so I can stop saying I don't know what it's called. And I have just commenced my invasion of Lustria, which started with quite a hard battle, as you may remember from last time. Now I'm approaching the halfway point in the rituals. We're 2,000. I've got to get to 5,000 in total. However, I am getting more ritual resource positions now. So we're going to be starting our third ritual soon. I want to get myself a little bit more secure, a little bit better position first, because I am going to be getting those chaos armies coming in. So we have a couple of rituals going on, Skaven and Dark Elf. Now they are both quite a way behind me. The only real worry is Lothan with the High Elves, who are doing quite well. However, I'm not so worried about them just yet. Right, so let's go back off the campaign map. Now I'm up here with Kroq Gar. I've just been taking a few territories. I'm just going to keep pushing onto these to clear out the vampires up here. And obviously I've got my invasion going on over here, where I have just taken the altar of the Horned Rat, which I am going to actually rename. How is it renamed? Because I don't think I want to be part of the altar of the Horned Rat, so the altar of the Old Ones, because they are who we follow. So it's a bit better than a Skaven god. Now I could potentially even go and stop their ritual now, though they are that much farther behind me. I'm really not that fussed. I have a couple of upgrades to do with one of my Saurus Old Bloods, so let's get him buffing up his damage. This is actually the one floating around at sea. I'm going to not do the campaign of the Vortex mission just yet, because I'm not quite in position for those Chaos armies to be dropping on me. Now, let's see what Mazamundi wants then today. He wants a military alliance. I am going to go for that. I want to court all of the factions, the Lizardmen factions, because I do want to be confederating them at some point, and getting Mazamundi on my side would be very good, as he is an extremely powerful lord actually. However, having that border with the Dark Elves could be tricky. That said, he's got quite a good chunk of land, and if he's causing lots of damage, that is always good for me. Lord Kroq is probably going to be asking for peace here, which I'm not giving him. I want to make the most of my advances into Lustria. I want to really get myself a second front opened up there to really increase my territory and my power base. However, I do need to be careful, as that is the altar of the Old Ones now. The altar of the Horned Rat is one of my ritual sites, because it is a higher level territory. So I do just want to be aware of that, because keeping an army there would be very good. I do still have this quest mission to do, which I have done, but for some reason my save didn't actually get done, so you guys have seen me that, so I will probably do that off stream at some point. And these guys do still seem to be having those issues with the vampires, which I might have to go and help them with once I take them over. So, what do the Humies want? They want military access. I'm more than happy to share military access with them. I also do want to get that port they've got, because it's an elven port. Also more than happy to have a non-aggression pact with the dwarfs there. So Nagaron have completed their original, and you can see they are actually very close behind me, so I do really want to keep pushing out. Now this port here is the one I was talking about, which is Elven Ruins, and it actually has a special Elven port which has better income, so I do want to try and push to that at some point. However, I want to make the most of my battles here to start with as well. Get that. I don't necessarily... These aren't ones I'd want here, so I will up the other buildings here as well soon. Kroq Gar has leveled up again, so he is very powerful now. We are pushing down this one to upgrade my Temple Guards when I get them, and my Kroq Gars, because they are very powerful units. Though I don't have the Temple Guard yet, so that really is a push for the future. Nearly got the extra plaques coming out here. I am still getting massive negatives in this region, however, which I do need to look at fixing as soon as I can. Let's start getting this region buffed up a bit. Unfortunately, with vampiric corruption here, it's going to be quite hard to maintain this area. How many territories do these guys have left? I'm going to push straight onto here to try and maintain this territory. And let's have a look what's going on over here. I am going to replace him with a priest when I can, because I far prefer the priests to the archers. They are very good, and having 2 magic users in the army could be fun. Right, I'm going to keep them there for the moment, simply because I do want to build up a military base here, which will probably be here. Right, let's start pushing down towards this town, the marks of the old ones. Now we do need to keep an eye on this Skaven corruption, but once I've got the whole region, that will start being dropped off quicker. Right, I've got a couple of things I can potentially get here. I'm going for campaign buffs at the moment. Gives myself another banner, and into here I will take some damage here from the reef. Another terrifying Mask of E, which is also a nice one, and 10k. So that's given me quite a bit of a boost. Let's have a look. So I do have this right I could do, which is extra XP, extra unit experience, post-battle loot, and recruitment capacity. I don't really need it just at the moment, however. I might pop that just before I do my ritual, however. Right, I do want to get a few more guys here. Can I actually recruit Kroq Gars here yet? I thought I could recruit Kroq Gars already. Let's have just a check to see what I need to get to recruit Kroq Gars. And this place has upgraded as well, which is the max level, which means I'm going to get 2 more things here at up to max level. So this is interesting because these unlock heavens and beasts. These unlock the same things, but they go down different bits. So I'll probably push down the Shrine of the Old Ones and the Beast Level. I've got one somewhere else, so I will check. I also need to get a weapons crafters commune somewhere, so I might have to look at moving a certain buildings elsewhere. For example, I've got the Cold Ones here, which I don't really need here. I could move that to another one. So actually I'm going to knock down this building, and I'm going to move that Cold Ones Caves over to the other settlement, just to free up some territory. Though I am also building up over here as well, so that is something worth remembering. Well, let's just make sure I've spent all the money I can where I can. And I do want to be careful of these guys because they're not particularly friendly with me at the moment. So they are coming back up.
I cannot do this.
Let's just have a quick look what I can do with any of these guys. I could confederate with these guys at the moment, however, I want to try and push in on my own a little bit first, and then I'll work out which one of those guys I'm actually going to confederate with. Let's get him back into the temple, and we do want to recruit some units here. I'm going to keep this at quite a standard army for the time being. I'm actually going to push this one out, this army out, simply because I know I'm going to get things spawning up there. So I'll protect the gold. So I'll have protection up here. I'll have protection here, and I will move back this army back into the altar of the gold rat of the altar of the old ones before I start the ritual off. Now they are struggling, however, I might be able to actually confederate with the other guys here who are quite a bit bigger once I do, and that would make me extremely powerful actually. However, there are some negatives to confederating with other factions' opinions of you, especially with the great power buffs, both debuffs you get. So when you're a great power, other nations look on you with a bit of worry, so they're not quite as keen on necessarily staying friends with you. And my intervention army is still hanging around here. I'm really not sure what that intervention army is doing anymore, other than slowly killing itself off. Clan Spittle also want to make peace with me, which again is not going to be happening today. And Suttenberg seem to be helping me out here. And these guys look like they are going to be trying to soothe the peace, which again is not happening at this point in time. Okay, so we've got a one-shot thing. That's not really worth it for me at the moment, because I'm not really using heroes in that way at the moment. Right, let's go and look at marks of the old ones. Okay, oh, that is quite a tough settlement. So I'm not going to bother about the battering ram, because these guys work fairly well as battering rams themselves. However, I am going to put out some siege towers. We are going to maintain this siege for a bit, because this could be a fun fight, guys. There could even potentially be a fight which I might not win, so that does make it that little bit more interesting. Right, we've got some more things up here, so I'm going to be heading up here to these. And let's hit the pools of despair. This is an easy auto resolve, so I'm just going to jump straight through that. Let's get this geomantic pylon built. And what else can I start building up here? Let's start pushing out some economy buildings as well. And we've leveled up again, so my skink priest is I'm pretty much getting through these spells now. So this region is probably still got massive negatives, so I'm going to probably move Kroq Gar back down to that I do want to take as well. This is quite a tricky one, because I want to take all of these regions, but this vampiric corruption is really hurting at the moment. Now I am pushing it down in some of my other regions, but it does take a while to deal with. But these guys are okay. These guys are moving forward and into position. Once I've dealt with this, I'm probably going to move this army up here to help as well. I'm actually going to put these guys in Golden Tower for the time being, so I can always pull them back to the coast if needs be. Spent everything I can this turn, and the Skaven are still trying to complete that first ritual. They really are not doing well at the moment. I do have a notification, yes. Okay, so I'm about to get some form of uprising here, but there really is not much I can do about that. So I'm gonna rush Kroq Gar back down there, but I think I'm going to get various uprisings around here as I deal with this area. So Mazamundi here pushing up through the Dark Elf lands. If you don't know, one of the Dark Elf lords, the female one, I can't remember her name, actually spreads chaos corruption, so he's taking quite a hit from sailing through their territories there. Now things do seem to be getting messy up around here as well, and that intervention army is doing whatever it's doing. And I am being ambushed by Hellkeek, so let's do a quick save. And let's fight this. This is one of the things which is Skaven. It's really good, and at the same time it's really annoying, because they can just, whenever they attack, they have a chance to ambush. Even if I'm sieging their settlement like this, they can just ambush me. Now they have, oh god, they've got quite a scary army here. They've got warped lightning cannons here and things like that. So this invasion might be quite short-lived, actually, guys, because that's a scary army. I might even, if I survive this, I might be fall back to the altar of the old ones. And I mean, hopefully I can manage to hold there until I can build up, if that's the case. Otherwise, it's things could get interested. I might need to push that Confederation button now just to get myself those extra armies down here. It always sounds odd, but while I like confederating, it's an interesting mechanic, I always feel it's a bit like cheating, 'cause it does just give me a huge amount of power, assuming they're not spending a ridiculous amount of money. So, where are these Skaven coming from? I've got my column here with my Slan at the front, and from somewhere there are Skaven. So here they come in from the side. Let's straight up and in and get my skink straight into a line behind that. My Saurus Old Blood straight in, and my Dino Wing can push up through these woodlands to get straight onto the straight onto those cannons, because I do not want those cannons staying up too long. These guys are going straight into the woods with the Carnosaur. These guys can push up to push into sides, and let's charge. Pop a nice wind spell over here. Popping fast protection. Right, let's start moving all of these guys up and right around the back. They have kept a few units back. I'm going to start moving my Stegodons into their range, and get my Carnosaur and my Cold Ones straight up there. Let's move these guys to the side as well. What are these guys doing? So these guys are taking quite heavy hits here, actually, so that's something I want to be paying attention to. So let's get this guy in here. Where is my Slan? What are you doing? Let's give him some damage resistance and get him over here as well. And let's hex this guy. And let's watch these guys going into here. This is going to be fun. Watch that. So as those stegodons push in, they really do hammer these guys. Why are these guys holding back? Let's push them in. Let's get some ranged over to help looking at these guys to support. Let's get these guys properly dug in, and let's get my stegodons into the back of here. And my Carnosaur coming in after those remaining archers. Right, let's get this guy in here. I know they are spears, but I don't think they're going to last long. Let's watch this as it comes in. Oh, ho, 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 ho. So that is quite a fun thing to watch happening there. Right, so my Carnosaur is pushing them off. Oh, they've got some guys behind me. However, we are dealing with them. So let's push my Carnosaur back in over here. Let's keep the aggression on here. We really want to push because Skaven do regroup lots. As you can see here, let's slam a magic missile into their lord. And let's get some of these other guys on their lord and my Carnosaur as well. I think he's gone, and he's wounded, so he is out for the count at the moment. And they do have some more units over here, and we have some more coming in behind now because these guys do have a second army coming in, I believe. So I want to really push and rout these ones. However, I've got these guys who are out of control as well, which I really want to be paying attention to. So it might be time. It's time to come back and try and reform anyway now. Let's get my Dino Wing back up. But let's keep my Cold Ones chasing any stragglers actually. So actually I do want to keep some pressure on back here. Let's get my Saurus Scar Veteran after that, after those are ranged. Right, so we've got some Night Runners here. Let's start pushing these guys out to the side. I don't want to be fighting on this slope if I can help it, so right, let's engage them. Oh, did that unit just pop? Right, so this is going nicely now. Let's get these guys hidden over in the woods over here. Okay, so some of my spells are recharging. These guys are being broken, so let's start pulling these guys back up. I have to deal with these guys in the woods. Let's get my skinks here on these guys. Ooh, move! Ah! Warp Lightning is not a nice ability. Alright, let's charge their ranged. It's an annoying vortex because it only affects ranged units. Right, I am going to unfortunately be forced forward to fight on this slope, which really is where I didn't want to be fighting. However, with my dinosaurs behind, that should do reasonably. Where are my old ones? Where are my cold ones at the moment? I'm going to start pulling these guys back up. Let's try and get some of my units up this slope. Right, once we've got all these guys stuck in, I want to get that engineer down fast. Where is my old blood. I want him straight on there. Let's start moving my Slan Mage over because I'm going to want to be hitting out my wind spell soon. That should be perfect. That was a nice hit there from him. Let's get him. Let's pop Cold-Blooded down here because these guys aren't taking too much damage. Let's start getting my dinosaurs into the back. This is not going well. This is two large armies. These guys have stopped rampaging over here. So by the time they get here, it's going to be too late really for them to do much. So that Carnosaur is now enraged. Let's hit those slingers. And no, let's get this guy straight into the back here to break them. So I am beginning to break them again, but this is not a pretty battle going on here. So these guys are actually enraged again. Let's get my Slan pushing in as well. And let's start chasing down their range to break them. And let's hit these rat ogres. In fact, I want to get them off my lord, because he's not really a melee fighter. They are beginning to break. Let's hit those Plague Claw catapults as fast as I can. Keep my skinks on them. Don't have much control of the rest of my army at the moment. Oh, this is getting there. I don't think they're going to make it out, unfortunately. However, not so fussed about my spear units at this point. Got him back, let's start him charging in. You've been chasing off miles. Oh, you're still fighting here. Oh god. This is one of the issues with the Lizardmen. When you start losing control like this, especially in people like groups like the Skaven, it can be you can get, and Skaven are very good at doing it, you get pulled apart. So actually, while I'm probably winning overall, it became a very messy set of lots of little fights, and I probably lost use of a lot of my units. I should have been microing much better there. So I probably took a lot more damage there than I needed to, simply because I got spread out a lot more. Now, as my leadership does increase with this army, that will help that. And as you've seen how powerful they are, even when they're rampaging, it does. You know, they can really push it against those larger forces. However, I'm still not actually happy with that victory. I should have done a lot more damage to them than that. So, I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, I did about 1,400-ish damage to them, but you can see some of the units have taken a lot of damage on here. Some of them did do a lot of kills, but I'd prefer to have taken less damage so I could take the XP and get these guys leveled up a bit more. And once they are leveled up, they will become more powerful again. than they currently are, though they are still fairly tough at the moment. And I'm still learning how to use the Slan Priest, because he has a lot of spells to start with. I need to buff them up as well still, and get him more magic reserves too. But we're getting there. I'm probably going to try and finish off the city, and then we will end this one there, because that has been half an hour. I want to see if I can actually take the city reasonably easily now, because I have probably defeated most of the Skaven here from Clan Spittle, and hopefully that will have dealt with Clan Spittle. Though if I pull back, I might end up having to deal with the Clan Pestilence as well, though I could take their ceasefire for the time being, because let's be honest, I won't have to worry about me breaking it. They will break that at some point, at which point I can go and squish them, and if I get these 2 cities, that gives me a nice point to start building up, and potentially do a confederation with one of the other factions to give me a really strong foothold in this continent. Right, so I'm going to kill and eat them to try and recoup some of my losses, though it wasn't a huge amount of health I got back there, unfortunately. So what are the dwarfs after? They've ended their non-aggression pact with me. That's not the most sensible move, guys. I want to be friends with you. Yeah, I like being friends with the dwarfs. I don't know if dwarfs and lizardmen are particularly friendly in Warhammer lore, but I want to try and be friends with them. Oh, and here comes my rebellion in the lands of the dead. Successfully assassinate that one, and I get a blessed Carnosaur. Interesting. I don't think that I've got anybody who can really do assassinations around there particularly easily. Let's see how easily I can take this now. That's still not okay. So we're going to maintain that siege for a bit longer. What's my garrison there? The garrison is quite good, though they will keep building up. Let's go and smash this army. Oh, running away. Let's keep pushing up the public order in this place. I think I'm nearly ready to go with the ritual as well, but I need to deal with that city over there. That is the tricky bit there. Oh no, what was I building here? I was building the raptor place there. And right, guys, that is it for now. Thank you again for watching part 13, I think this was. I'm not 100% sure which part I'm on at the moment. Next time we will try and get that ritual underway. We will at least get one good siege over in Lustria when I try and take the marks of the old one, though this could be an interesting fight. Let's just level up this guy quickly before I go. Let's buff my wind blast, and we'll be trying to put down this rebellion. I've got a feeling Kroq Gar's going to be running around in circles up here, dealing with rebellion after rebellion for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. Anyway, with that, thank you very much, and as always, if there's any feedback, please feel free to give me constructive feedback. Thank you very much for watching.